Hello, how are ya? Welcome to the weekly vlog and also welcome to my kitchen. I have to multitask while we chit chat because I have to get ready for work, but I wanted to update right now because my life is chaos, and if I don't do it right now, who knows when it'll happen. It's already Tuesday, so I'm just gonna unload my dishwasher while we chat. I am having such a chaotic day. Mainly last night. Today's been good, but last night was absolute chaos when I got home from work. I had a nice lazy evening. I went to the gym after work, and then when I came home, I did nothing for the rest of the evening. I just sat on the couch, finished a movie. I was watching Masters of the Universe, the one from the 1980s, and I loved it. It was fantastic. It was so strange and weird, and just an overall really fun time. Then I went to go to bed and walked into my bathroom in my bedroom, and the floor was wet, like soaking wet, covered in water. It was flooding. This happened like 2 weeks ago, the last time that it rained really heavily. I also got caught in the rain yesterday on the way home from work. I was like 3 minutes away from home and I got downpoured on, so that was great. Anyways, walked into my bathroom, everything was wet. My bedroom was flooding. My living room was also flooding. Luckily, my upstairs neighbor, he is the handyman that my landlord's hired, so I just called him real quick and I was like, hey, what do? I live in a basement, so he went out to my window, and which is like half underground, and the whole thing was like full of water. So he's got a bucket and he's trying to bail out the water. It's still downpouring, mind you. And then he called me to ask if I could come outside to help him bail the water out and like hold the flashlight and an umbrella. And I'm like, of course. Keep in mind, this is also like 12:30 in the morning. I was just about to go to bed. So I go outside in the rain in my PJs, and I'm just holding this umbrella, trying to hold the flashlight. I'm getting eaten alive by mosquitoes, and my neighbor is just like bucket after bucket of water out of my window. So that was my evening. And then we finished up. He did as much as he possibly could until about 1:30 in the morning, give or take. Came back in, went to go to bed, only to discover that my bed was actually soaking wet because my bed is underneath my window and all the water was coming in and my bed was soaked. So that was great. So I went to go sleep on the couch, and my roommate has to get up for work at like 3:30, 4 in the morning, give or take. So I texted her just to be like, hey, don't be surprised when you get up at 4 and see me on the couch. Here's what's going on. And when she got up for work, she told me to go sleep in her bed for the rest of the night. So I did that. But yeah, very eventful night. And then I had to wake up at 7 to get ready for work, which my alarm went off at 7. I did not get out of bed at 7, I can tell you that much. I was not having it this morning. I was exhausted. Still am, obviously. I also haven't caffeinated yet. I don't really have time to make a tea, so I'm just gonna bring something to work with me and just hope for the best. So that's been my day. I'm already very frazzled right now in my life. If you caught last week's vlog, I'm sure you know why. Not doing the best right now in general, and then all this is happening. Speaking of last week's vlog, I not only have not edited it at all, I've done zero editing for it because I just don't want to, because it's going to be hard to edit. If you missed last week's vlog, my cat passed away last week. I still vlogged the whole week just because it was cathartic to do so, but editing that is going to be challenging. So I haven't started yet, and I also haven't even outroed that vlog yet, so I'm a mess right now. It is what it is. No one comes here for quality content. You come here hopefully for chaos. I am by no means a professional at any of this, so it's whatever. Anyways, that's that on that. That's how my life is going right now. How are you? In terms of what I'm reading right now, I'm in the middle of 3 things. 2 of them I'm just about to finish. So I am 90%-ish of the way through A Draught for a Dragon by R.K. Ashwick, which is the 3rd and I think final book in the... Can't think of the series name, but the first book is Arrival Most Vile, which was one of my best books of 2024, I think is when I read that book. Book 3 came out, I think at the beginning of this year, but there was no audiobook for it yet, and I've been very impatiently waiting for the audiobook. It's finally here, obviously, so I'm listening to that one, and I'm having a pretty good time with it. It's definitely not as good as the first 2 books were. Book 1 is still my all-time favorite. I love that book so much. Book 2 was great, and book 3 is definitely still really good, but just a little bit less good than the first two books, but that could also just be because of my general mood. But it is definitely very cute, and I'm having a good time with that one. And then I'm also reading on my Kindle How to Get the Girl and Not Destroy the World by Marie Cardno, which is the third book in the monster romance series, which I was not even aware that there was a book 3. I thought it was just a duology, and I just kind of happened to come across the third book online the other day, and I was like, what the fuck, there's a book 3, and I was able to get the ebook from Libby. So I'm reading that one, and this one is fine. It is fun, but not like incredible. In the first book, the two main characters meet. The one person is an adventurer, and the other person is a like literal monster. She's part of this like eldritch terror that like consumes everything it sees. But she breaks off from the monster and kind of becomes her own person, falls in love with the main character, and like builds herself a body to look somewhat human at least. But she's very tentacly, and it's a good time. It's pretty cute. I loved book 1 so much. It's so much fun. Book 2 was pretty good, and book 3 I'm just like a little bit meh on right now. I'm having a good enough time to finish it, but it's not like anything groundbreaking, basically. My main issue with this one is time loop, and I like time loops sometimes. I'm very picky with them, and this is not one that I'm overly enjoying, just because it gets kind of repetitive after a while, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. I think I'm about 70% of the way through, and I'm just kind of looking forward to it being over. So I'm hoping to finish that one up today as well. And then finally, the last thing that I'm reading right now is Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer, this guy, and I'm having a great time with it so far. I'm on page 50 right now, and this is beautiful. This is a nonfiction on indigenous wisdom, scientific knowledge, and the teachings of plants. Robin Wall Kimmerer is a botanist and a poet, and her writing style is just incredible. So I'm definitely having a good time here. I don't really have any thoughts on it right now, at least not ones that I can like articulate. This book is definitely very thought-provoking, but I'm not the most like well-spoken person around, especially when I've had no caffeine. So I'll talk about this more later when I'm more caffeinated and awake and less miserable. But for the time being, I'm going to leave that there. I gotta run to work. I think I need to leave in the next like 5 to 10 minutes. Oh, actually right now. I have to leave now. I'm gonna go. Bye. Hello, good evening, happy Friday? Yes, it's Friday. I don't know what day it is. My whole week has been thrown off. My work schedule was weird this week, and now I just don't really know what day it is, but that's all right. We're here anyways. I have had a pretty quiet week. It's been quite nice, actually. Haven't been doing too much. My weekend, it's about to be very busy, but at least the first chunk of the week was nice and quiet. My roommate right now is dog sitting at our friend's house, the one that I've pet sit before a couple times, but tomorrow her and I are going to a Mamma Mia themed drag show, and she'd never seen the movies before, so I went over to our friend's house with her tonight to go and watch the second movie. We watched the first one the other day and she loved it, so I was over there. We got some dinner, we got shawarma, and we cuddled with Kylo, the German Shepherd, who I love dearly and I missed him. And then yeah, tomorrow is the drag show, but before that in the morning there is a annual like festival thing happening in my city this weekend, and tomorrow my friend and I are going to that for a few hours in the morning. It's actually a third date, so wish me luck with that. I'm sure it'll go fine. It's a date with someone who's been my friend for quite a while. We met, I was actually her boss previously at my last job. I was the one who hired her, and then once I quit that job, we kind of admitted that we had feelings for each other. So we've been kind of dancing around it for a little while. We're finally going on a couple of dates and kind of seeing where things go, and I'm excited about it. So wish me luck for that. But yeah, we're going to the festival carnival thing tomorrow before the drag show. Then I have the rest of Saturday evening to myself. It'll be nice. I'm gonna try and get some videos filmed. And then on Sunday after work, my friend who I went to Halifax with is coming to spend the night with me. They live in a different city, but they're gonna come and spend the night with me and stay until Monday, because Monday is a holiday in Canada, so we all have the day off from work. And then on Monday night, I'm going to my other friend's house to cat sit for them because they're away for the weekend. So I have many things planned for the next few days, but I'm looking forward to all of them. I've also been reading quite a bit the last few days. So that's been nice. I'm reading a few things. I'm actually reading 4 books right now. So my current audiobook, I'm just about finished with it. I am 87% of the way through Teddy Bears Never Die by Yeeun, which is a weird horror revenge novel about a girl and a living teddy bear taking revenge on the people who have wronged them in their lives. And this one is fine. Well, is it fine? I think it's a little bit less than fine. I don't think I'm enjoying it, but it is good enough. Not good enough. It's fine enough to at least finish it. Mainly, it's just very short, and I don't have any other audiobooks out from Libby right now, so I just figured, why not just continue it, even though I'm not really liking it that much. It had really good potential, so I kept hoping that it would get better, but it just hasn't really. It's actually kind of gotten worse as the book has gone on, so I'm definitely looking forward to this one being over. But aside from that, I've got a couple of other things on the go. So I am still reading Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer. This guy right here, I haven't had too much progress on it, but I'm currently on page 82 and having a great time. I've been taking my time with this one. I'm not trying to rush through it because it's so good. It's beautiful. This book has made me cry twice already, so I'm definitely having a good time with it. So I'm just gradually reading this one whenever I have the time and energy to actually like pay attention to it fully, and I can't wait to continue it. And then my other physical read that I picked up for my more kind of quicker read, I left the dust jacket in my room, Oaths of Legacy by Emily Skrutskie, which is the sequel to Bonds of Brass. I'm finally reading this book. It's been so long. I read Bonds of Brass in, I think, February of last year. So finally getting around to this book like a full year and a half later. Better late than never. This one is a queer sci-fi. Is it a space opera? I don't think I know what a space opera is, actually, now that I think about it. But it's fun. I'm having a good time. The couple in here is like enemies to friends to almost lovers to enemies again, and then I'm assuming later on back to lovers, and it's a really good time so far. The sequel picks up right where book 1 left off and has actually done a really good job at recapping what happened in book 1 without feeling repetitive. So far so good with that one. And then finally, for right now, don't judge me, I've been wanting to try dark romance, and I've tried a couple of them and none of them have worked out for me. I've DNF'd quite a few dark romances in the last couple of weeks, but I finally found one that I'm actually really enjoying. So it's a duology with a prequel novella, and I picked the prequel novella first because the 2 main books are like 600 pages, and I did not want to commit to that, but the novella is only 100 pages. So I'm currently reading Noire Moon by Elliott Rose, and I am 57% of the way through. This is very good. This is pure smut. I'm assuming the full-length novels have more plot to them, but this one is like literally just smut. The main character was brought to this sex party one night for like rich elite people, which she is very much not, but she's got some friends who are kind of in that world, and she ends up being consensually chased through this house by 3 masked men, and things go from there. The full-length novel, the second one, follows her and these 3 men where she's like getting kidnapped by other people and they go rescue her. So this novella just kind of introduces how she met all 3 of them, and also all 3 of the men are also boyfriends, which I am very much here for. I think that's been part of my issue with the dark romances that I've been trying, is that they're just not queer enough. So this one is definitely scratching the itch, and I may just end up doing a deep dive on this author's works because I'm having a great time. The writing style is very fun. I like the characters so far, so I can't wait to continue with that one and see where that series goes. But yeah, I think those are all the updates. That was a very quick update. It's not even been 10 minutes and I'm already already done. I am very tired though. I'm actually not feeling that chatty right now, but I figured if I didn't update right now, I was not going to for the rest of the week. So a speedy update, but an update nonetheless. But I'm gonna get comfy, get back into bed, and we'll chat later on, probably on Monday when I wrap this up. They're so cute. Hey, how are ya? It's already Wednesday of the following week and I have yet to wrap up this vlog. Yeah, I had a very busy weekend, as I mentioned in the last clip. I had so many things to do and I have not had the time or the energy to wrap up my thoughts on all the reading from last week. But we're here now, so let's get into what I read. I had a very good weekend, by the way, just before I actually talk about books. The drag show, excellent. We had so much fun. I'm gonna try and leave the audio on the clips that I put into it with the b-roll. I'm going to put some music underneath it to hopefully confuse the YouTube algorithm, but fingers crossed it won't make me remove the music fully. But yeah, we had so much fun. The food was really good as well, and the festival carnival thing that I had the date with was excellent as well. There were so many cute things. I did not go crazy buying things. I only got a couple different kinds of tea, but one of them actually, I'm gonna go grab it. The first person that I went to was My Tea Brew. Yeah, her website is on the bottom there. It's just myteabrew.com, and she had these on for a special. It's cherry punch. They were like 2 for $16, so I grabbed 2 of them. I have no idea if I'll like it. It is a black tea. Apparently it's really good for iced tea, so at some point I'm gonna make some of that, but hopefully I end up liking it. And then I wasn't gonna get any more, but then we went to this other vendor that was doing like a free sample of their masala chai, and it was so goddamn good that I had to get it. It is this jar right here. It's by teasbykara.com. There's a website there. They do free shipping from their site. This was so good. She gave me a little sample of it and I immediately had to buy a jar. So I got that, and then I also got a mango turmeric black tea as well, which I haven't tried yet, but I think I'm going to have that tomorrow morning. But that masala chai was so good. But aside from that, we just kind of walked around, kind of explored. There were quite a few things that I wanted to get, but I resisted, at least for the time being. And then my other friend came over on Sunday night for a little sleepover. We didn't do a whole lot on Sunday night. We just like watched Sex and the City. They were halfway through season 3 and I had never seen it before, but I'm now obsessed and I really want to go back and restart the show from the first season and consume the entire thing. It was actually really entertaining. They stayed over until Monday, but I will talk about what we got up to on Monday in next week's vlog. So now it's time for the books. So I didn't do too much more reading over the last couple of days of the week just because I was so busy, but I did finish Teddy Bears Never Died, which I gave a 2-star. I didn't really like this one. I think I was already talking about it in the last clip. The ending didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Maybe it would have made more sense if I cared enough to pay more attention to it, but it just felt very convoluted for absolutely no reason. I didn't like any of the characters. I didn't like the plot. The writing was just kind of fine. I do wonder if maybe the writing issues was just like a translation problem. I don't really know. But as is, I did not really enjoy this book a whole lot. It wasn't like the worst thing that I've ever read, but it was definitely one of the worst books that I've read this year so far. So I also finished Noire Moon by Elliott Rose. Haven't given it a star rating yet, but I'm thinking it'll probably be a 4-star, even though it was purely smut. So in terms of the plot, there's not much substance to it, but the writing was fantastic. It was very descriptive. It was well written. There was some really good humor to the writing as well that I really enjoyed. I love the characters, and I'm very intrigued by this world, and I'm looking forward to seeing where things go in the next couple of books. But given that this was 100 pages of pure smut, I don't really have too many thoughts on it, so I'm gonna leave that there. And then finally for this week, I also finished reading Oaths of Legacy by Emily Skrutskie, which I also haven't put through Cowpile yet, but I'm thinking it'll probably be like a 3.5 or a 4. This was very good. I really enjoyed it as a sequel. I did like book 1 better, and I found the first half of this book wasn't as good as the second half of it, but things did pick up in the second half. So definitely had a good time with that one overall, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in the finale. There was a plot twist towards the end of this that I did not see coming, and it genuinely left me like gooped and gagged. I was shocked. So yeah, the second half, very strong. I had a good time with it. I think as a whole, this is like a 3.5-star book, but the ending might have bumped it up to a 4-star. So I'm just gonna call it a 4-star. But I'm hoping to pick up the final book maybe sometime this month, but probably gonna be in September, I'm gonna say. And then still currently reading Braiding Sweetgrass. I haven't read a whole lot of it. I'm only on page 128 right now, but again, I'm just taking my time with it and reading a chapter or two whenever I have the mental energy to actually absorb what I'm reading fully. This is so good and so beautiful that I want to really pay attention to it. Not that I skim read ever really, but I especially don't want to only be kind of half paying attention to this book, especially because it's so good. It has so many wonderful things to say, and I want to fully absorb it. So we'll carry on with this one over the next little bit. I think that's it. Let me check my log here. Yeah, that's it. I did start a new audiobook technically in the week for this vlog, but I'm just going to talk about that one in next week's vlog. So then, yeah, I think that'll do it for this week's vlog. This is the first full weekly vlog without Tony around, and that felt very weird. I'm definitely missing him quite a bit, and I also just haven't been very chatty as a result of losing him like 2 weeks ago now. But I hope this vlog was still entertaining without Tony's adorable face in it. But anyways, I'm gonna leave that there. Thank you as always for watching. I appreciate you. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll catch you in the next video.